Hey, good morning, everybody. Today is our Monday, so Monday video, and I'm actually back in the garden for once. Did have 2 weeks off there, so as you saw, some of you may have seen anyway. Um, I did a 2 week well, I did 2 weeks, and some of it was vacation, some of it was doctor visits, etc. in Florida. And I have got this bug that just won't leave me alone. So back in the garden today. We'll talk about what's going to happen here shortly. Um, Not seeing a lot of progress on the corn. I think the squirrels did a number on it through the beginning of the time, so to speak. And with all the damage they've done, and it may be the chipmunks, because I did see a chipmunk out here when I pulled in coming back from Costco's and whatnot. So I think we have a chipmunk squirrel problem. So I've been looking at some options for next year. I want to try and get some different pieces to try and help keep that issue to a minimum next year. As far as growing goes, the peppers are still growing. I'm still having the issues where they're misshapen. They're not growing big. So again, I think it's a variety thing with me. I thought I was getting bell peppers. I think I got another kind of pepper. But it still kind of carries the shape of a bell pepper. So going to keep an eye on that. They're still rotting on the vine, so I don't know what's going on there because they're not coming to full size or whatever before they ripen. The cantaloupe and the pumpkins, when I came back, we had plenty of rain. I didn't have any issues with that. It rained pretty much at least every day while we were gone, so kept the garden watered. I'm leaving the corn to still grow and see what happens with that. But it looks like there's a vine borer because it looks like one of the pumpkin plants has got a vine borer in there. So not expecting that to survive. The radishes, the first few leaves came under attack, but now there seems to be some adult leaves going on, and there's less damage to those. So I don't know if it's because they were younger or whatever. I've still got some research to do on that. The other issue I have with the pumpkins and possibly the cantaloupe, it looks like they got some kind of disease going on there. So I'm gonna look into that. I've got some stuff. I ordered some neem oil, which if it's the one disease, I think will handle that. Actually, it handles quite a few diseases, so it may just handle whatever we got. I also picked up some insecticidal soap. Try to look for things that say organic because I don't know all the chemical compounds that people consider organic, but they're not really organic. So I did buy everything that I bought says organic on it. So hoping that it's all organic and hoping there's no issues. I really don't want to put anything other than organic in here. I'm trying to keep it as clean as possible, chemical free and all. So with that said, we're not going to do too much in the garden today. It's my first day back, so to speak. We'll just take a walk through and see what we got here. So the corn's doing good. I'm not sure what this big thing is here. I'm pretty sure that might be a weed. Could be one of the flowers. I am not 100% sure, but as you can see, the ears are just not really filling up, and there's a lot of voids in there. So I'm not sure what happened there. They're real small ears. Doesn't mean it's a bad thing, but again, that was the first time I've tried this, so I'm not 100% sure what's going on. The other issue I see is these brown things all over the place. So I'm not sure if those are eggs or what, but they're definitely, and you can see even down here, They're all over there. Obviously, the corn's got a lot of blight on it. So yeah, I'm gonna have to look into some stuff for that next year as well. Not sure where they went now. There's like only one onion left down here. I don't see the other one. Oh, there he is. There it is. It's over there. I don't see anything coming out of the ground or topping yet. So I'm not sure how that's doing in there, but we'll figure it out. But here's the vine for the pumpkin. And as you can see, it's all split open all throughout there underneath the underside. So I'm pretty sure we have vine borers in here. And I'm pretty sure that's what got everything in the garden. We still have one little cucumber, but I think he's about had it because it looks like something went in from the bottom and it's eating its way through it. I'll take a look at that closer later because you can see all the mush left there. It looks like those might be eggs of some sort. I do have a few ladybugs in here, so hopefully, you know, next year comes around, they'll be back and can help with the garden. The other issue I'm afraid of is if I put insecticidal soap on there, that might harm them. But I'll read up on that more as we go along. And you can see that was knocked over, so something was up in here. Yams are still growing. This one yam over here has got vines going everywhere, so I'm hoping that's a good sign. We have some tomatoes in them, but again, like we had so much rain, they're just splitting and not doing well. So I may or may not, and it also looks like we got a bug issue going on too because this one has a borehole in it. So may or may not get a couple more tomatoes out there before the end of the year. Potatoes, that pack of potato starters that I got, they just didn't seem right, and the bag rotted out before I could even get any more in the ground. So I'm thinking those weren't any good, and I don't have any potatoes coming up, so very good chance that that's the case. Beans and peas, they seem to have made a little bit of a comeback, so I'm going to leave them in for now. We've got a bunch of flowers and pods starting to form on there. There's some that I'm going to have to go through and dead off. Peas, I don't know. These peas are just not really doing anything. They just get to this point and then they die off. They don't even produce any seeds or anything. So see how that goes. And of course, this pot. So there was an onion in here, and the onion has seemed to have died off. So everything that's in this pot has risen and fallen quickly. So that said, we will be getting out here cleaning this out. Now I'm going to look for things that I can plant late in the season and see if we can't get some stuff to grow. Again, guys, this is all this year is going to be explore, see what I can get to grow, what I can't get to grow, and try and sort out some of these issues like these blights on the leaves. And some of this is caterpillars, I'm sure, but I only found 1 or 2 caterpillars this whole season. So I'm not sure what else is eating these things. But these are from my radishes, and the vines are huge. I still don't see any radishes in there to pull out. I don't know if they're even close to being ready. So we'll have to take a look at that and see. I do have way down here, there's one little carrot coming up here. So we may have 1 carrot come out of this whole thing. That would be funny, and it would be kind of cool to get 1 out. But anyway, so otherwise the garden, you know, it's getting to the end of the season anyway for a lot of the plants that are in here. The tomatoes, they're starting to die off. Of course, the heat's coming down, so I might be able to plant some new seeds for those and get them in the ground and still have a harvest from that. The issue I'm having with that is I really don't have a way to preserve them right now. So we're gonna look into that too. So this winter, I'm gonna be doing a lot of going over things, learning things, and if I have to go to the grocery store to buy some of the stuff, that's what we're gonna do. So I'm gonna look at ways to preserve and can or something. I don't know what yet, but we're gonna start looking at things like that. So again, probably gonna come out here throughout this week and start cleaning things up, pulling things out, and getting things ready for next season. Now I know there's some crops that I can put in the ground now for, or not now, like in like a month or two. I think around October, the end of October or so, and supposedly they can overwinter, and then spring comes around, they come up. So I'm gonna look at those. I know I want to try and grow some broccoli because I absolutely love broccoli. I love beans, but I think next year, instead of pole beans like we got here, I want to try and do a bush bean and see, because bush beans tend, well, depending on who you read, seem to be a little more hardy. So I'm going to try and do that. The peppers, I'm definitely going to try and seed myself, get some seeds and start them next year on my own, because I don't think, I have the feeling there was something wrong with those plants. Like there was some kind of blight, root rot, or something going on there that they're just not growing well. So we're going to go over that we'll look at those different things for next year. Far as savings and putting money away this year. So because I took the long drive down to Florida this year, as I do every year, there were some things that needed to be done on the car, and I ended up putting like $4,000 in the car to keep it up and running. If I find problems with my car, I like to fix them right away. I don't care how much it costs. The one thing I have done in this car that I own right now has been paid off, and it's been paid off for a year. So now I got water dripping on me. Maybe starting to rain. So that's how I save money that way too, because the car's been paid off. I've owned it since 2019, but I keep everything up to date on it. So ended up having to put some struts, two struts, two shocks. I got 4 new tires because the alignment was out for quite a while, and I did not take care of that, and I should have. It would have saved me about $800, $900 on tires. So that said, it was almost $5,000 put on, obviously, the credit card, because I've been paying all that stuff off. I don't have a huge amount of savings, and I like to keep a certain amount in savings for emergency situations. So that said, we kind of went backwards in the savings. So over the next few months, I'm going to work diligently. I'm moving some assets around. I do have some stocks and things that I'm going to sell that will help. It should help get me back to where we were a month ago or so, before all the car stuff. I did end up paying one credit card off, but even with that, basically the money, I could have left the credit card up and running, and just took all the money and paid cash for it. The problem with that is it's a higher interest rate credit card. So the credit card that I actually put the stuff on is a lower interest rate. So I would have been paying more money there, and I still would have had the other credit card. So I figured I'll just put it on one credit card, pay this credit card off, and then I'll figure out how to get the rest of the money back onto that card at some point. So little step backwards as far as finances go, but everything we're doing here, eventually, whether I'm still here in the next few years or moved on to my own place, this is what's going to help me save some money eventually. Once I figure out fertilization, and all the other things that go along with planting and stuff. You know, I did this when I was younger. I was just a kid, so you never pay attention when you're a kid, even though your mom tries to tell you things, right? So anyway, we're working on that. Throughout this week, I'm going to go through here. I'm going to start pulling things out, clearing them up, and start looking at doing a little research on what we're going to plant next in the garden. I'm going to try and keep this going throughout the year. Again, I hope you guys enjoyed some of my vacation videos. I know some of them were short, but I do have a bunch of shorts up, and I still, believe it or not, I've been working on getting some more shorts together to post up here from Rock City. And I think that's all I have left right now is Rock City. So I am going to put a few more shorts up, and we'll see. You should see those throughout the next couple weeks. But I hope everybody has a great day. We're going to cut this short. Got some things, more things I still have to do today. So I'm going to kind of cut it short. I just want to give you guys an update from the garden instead of on vacation. So I hope everybody has a great day. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and share this out. Let's get this out here. We actually grew a little bit while I was on vacation, so it was nice to see, to come back and see that. So we are closer to 75. I'd like to try and get 75 follows or subscribers by the end of the year. I think we're at 61, 62, somewhere around there. So hopefully we can get a few more in here and we'll hit that 75 goal. I want to thank everybody again for being here. Thank you guys for watching and support me on this channel. And like I said, this is the beginning before I go into a homestead or a small farm, whatever I end up doing. So I wanted to bring you guys along from the very start, from when I'm upside down with money to hopefully in a point where I'm positive money. So I hope everybody has a great day, and we will see you on the next one. Stay safe, stay friendly, and bless yourselves and God.